What's going on, all you symphonical enthusiasts out there? Your two favorite movie critical composers. And we're back tonight to review Bradley Cooper's directorial effort. It's now streaming on Netflix. He plays composer Leonard Bernstein. We're talking about Maestro.
And if nothing sings in you, and you can't make music.
This is his follow-up to his first film to A Star is Born, directing and writing this film. Taking a look at Leonard's life as a composer, it kind of breaks it up, black and white and color, back, when he was younger to his older days, kind of back and forth in different parts of his life. And even the ratio of the way this movie's filmed is cool in his younger days versus older days.
A 30-year span. This really, traverses his whole life and specifically his relationship with actress Felicia Montealegre, played by Carey Mulligan, who we all know, obviously, promising young woman, Saltburn as of late. Well, she's back playing his love interest in this film, and he eventually married her. But it's really looking at their relationship throughout the years, had its ups and downs, as do all relationships. But this, just because Leonard was such he was just a different kind of person. He wasn't like everybody else. Obviously, he was kind of a musical genius, but the way he had relationships too, the way the movie portrays it, and Bradley Cooper plays it, he just had like a lot of love, I guess you could say, for everybody. And that included, the opposite sex and the same sex too. He had lovers that were men. He was, bisexual. He had, lovers on the side, and he kind of was open about it too, though. He wasn't really trying to hide it so much. At first he was, but, over the years, as it became apparent that he was having, infidelities during the marriage, he was kind of like, he kind of just said that he had so much love and he just wanted to share it with everybody. And there are several instances in the film where he's talking to a couple and he's like, "Oh, I've slept with you and you." And then, he's just that kind of guy. He's just like a free spirit. But it's really about his, conducting. And you could tell in the movie with Bradley's performance when he's actually conducting, he looks really authentic. Apparently, he spent, a lot of time, throughout the year trying to learn the mannerisms and to get conducting down, which, obviously the real Leonard Bernstein, in order to play him, he's going to have to make it look authentic. And he does, of course, playing the character. There's a lot of, hoopla about him choosing to wear the prosthetic nose to make himself appear more like the actual Leonard Bernstein. And, I got to say that, just hearing about it, and then watching it, it's not really a big deal. You look at them and you notice it for the first 2 minutes of the film, and then you just kind of forget about it. And Bradley sinks into the character. You can't even really see him throughout the film. It's a great performance, and that's really what this movie was for me. It was watching him do his work, and I really felt this is probably Bradley Cooper's, strongest performance here. He really falls into this character and portrays this man over 30 years of his life, from a younger man meeting Felicia all the way until, being an old man and, towards the end of his life.
Bradley Cooper was unrecognizable. I mean, look at the pictures behind me. Yeah, it doesn't even look like that Bradley Cooper. Like prosthetic nose, he really dives into this character. He becomes Leonard in this movie, and just an incredible performance. Everything he goes through is just like being out there, being a conductor, composer, and all that. Music to his personal life, to being older and sometimes not wanting to talk to anybody, and a lot of things he's going through internally. His relationship with Carey Mulligan's character Felicia, ups and downs, and how that all turns out is really devastating. And all the relationships he's had throughout his life with Matt Bomer's character David Oppenheim in the film. There's just a lot of stuff he's going through as a human, and you kind of dive into that and see the lighter side to him as well. And I liked a lot of the scenes where with him as an older man. I thought was really good.
Yeah, he's very reflective in his old age. He's smoking the cigarettes, thinking about, basically the way he's conducted his life, essentially. It's looking back on the whole thing as a piece of music, really. That's the way that I interpret it, anyways. Speaking of Carey Mulligan, a really terrific performance here. She's playing Felicia, this actress. And her relationship with Leonard's very complicated, multi-layered performances by both of these are two actors on the top of their game here in this film, more so than the film itself, which was good and I enjoyed. The performances really blew me away. They're both terrific, and they both deserve all the award season acclaim that they're getting, because you're watching these two actors and they're just putting on a master craft here. Anybody watching this film, you're just gonna be like, wow, some of the things that they're having to work through on screen, only two people of such a high caliber could perform this. And this movie really showcases that. It's a talent, not only from the acting, but you have Bradley Cooper directing too. He's having to direct and act. So you can just imagine how much work goes into being, not only the actor portraying this man, but also directing too. Obviously has a lot of respect and admiration for this character, and he put in his all, as did Carey for her character. And yeah, that's what I got from this movie. The two of them just blew me away with their performances.
I've loved Carey Mulligan for how long? 15, 20 years. I've been following her career, and she just gets better and better in every movie. This movie is incredible. Her performance is just amazing. What she goes through as a woman and being married to Leonard, and what all his relationships doesn't really end well for her. But yeah, Carey Mulligan's really fantastic in this movie. Powerhouse performance next to Bradley Cooper, unrecognizable as Leonard. I thought the relationship was pretty messed up, but they had really great chemistry. I thought them on camera together was really amazing. I love all the camera work in this movie, the score, the set design, the costume design. It really feels like, you're there with Leonard, what he's going through throughout his life, and just all around well done movie.
Absolutely. I agree with everything you said. And we should talk about the music too. I wasn't very familiar with Leonard's work, but the pieces that they played throughout the movie, I recognized a couple. I didn't know him by name, but yeah, after this movie, I'm familiar with his work now, and yeah, definitely a musical genius with the, what he was able to compose and the way he conducted and everything. They did a really good job showing that on screen too, with Bradley in the big musical halls conducting. I can only imagine how complicated that is, and for him to just dive in and portray one of the legends of that, says a lot. And so yeah, I've pretty much said everything you need to know about this film. It's the performances. They're just at the top of their game, and they're gonna get a lot of nominations and probably take home some of the trophies this year for sure for this movie. So with that being said, I'm going to give Maestro, which is now streaming on Netflix, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 Bradley Cooper hairpieces.
Yeah, I'm going to be really surprised if they don't bring home a few Oscars between Carey Mulligan and Bradley Cooper. I don't think it's the best picture of the year, but definitely best performances up there as nominees. But I'm going to be surprised if they don't. But really fantastic movie. All the reasons we already listed. This movie is currently streaming on Netflix. Definitely check it out. It's worth your time. It's a little over 2 hours, but me and this guy both enjoyed it. So that being said, I'm going to give Maestro, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Bradley Cooper hairpieces. So I want to hear from all you music composers out there. What did you like about Maestro? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild boys on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
Well, what do you say, Maestro? Should we go conduct our own orchestra?
No, I'm going to stick to drums. I'm going to stick to drums.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I'm going to stick to not doing anything musically, but listening and appreciating it. So we want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of Maestro? Let us know after you watch the movie. Let us know if you agreed with our review. And let us know if you think this is going to take home some gold this award season. So until the next Cinephellas review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle Logan Mulligan signing out until the next movie review. Cheers!
Cheers!